Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to the Dota 2 Canada Cup Season 2 Grand Finals. It is Swag and Tiger versus Pretty Boy Swag. We've had a great series so far. A little bit of a, I guess, an underdog story. Swag and Tiger coming in through. They're leading 2-0 right now up against the favorites, Pretty Boy Swag, who are, they have their backs up against the wall right now, and they need to win these next 3 games to take the series. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. My name is Mott. With me tonight is Helium. How you doing, sir?
I am doing well. Hoping to watch some great 5-game series here, if we can get to it. That's going to be pretty dependent on Pretty Boy Swag, and to reuse the cliche that you kept using against are against the wall.
Yep, and honestly, it's going to be a tough game for them, I think. And I think Pandego was captaining before in the last 2 games. MSS is actually sitting up there now, so that they have a little bit of a change. And I was actually reading in Skype chat, we were talking about it a little bit. So with that change, MSS looks like he's going to be the drafter here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can pick up right now. The Chen pick, I think, was kind of the downfall for Pretty Boy Swag in that last game, but maybe I'm incorrect in that. I like you said, they didn't hit those times that they needed to hit. They just really got outlaned for the majority of the game. Not necessarily outlaned, but they had just better teamfight, better rotations, and Swag and Tiger they kind of had their way with the opposing team. They had nice sunstrikes coming through, which obviously gives them a huge edge when they're fighting early on. So we'll see what both teams want to do with this draft right now as the bans start coming out fast and furious.
Radiant team pick.
Well, once again, 2 out of 3, maybe more than that, of Cake's heroes getting banned out here. The Bristleback as well as the Nature's Prophet both taking the fall. I'm not going to let them any of them through. The Clockwork is still available. Cakes probably does want another chance at that one. And I was doing my co-casting duties in the downtime between those games. They go with the Venomancer once more. But the odds on Dota 2 Lounge right now, because of course the betting has been available on these games in the Canada Dota 2 Cup Season 2. Dota 2 Lounge, check it out. Pretty Boy Swag though, 65% to Swag Eyeing Tiger at 35%. And on Join Dota, it was like 77 and some odd numbers to 22% in favor of Pretty Boy Swag. So definitely an upset here if Swag and Tiger wins. Rares will be lost.
Yeah, or one depending on who you're rooting for right now. So Swag and Tiger actually, this could be a big win for them. Honestly, Pretty Boy Swag is a pretty well-known team, at least in North America, for what they've done in the past. Obviously, going to MLG, not having the best time there. Obviously, taking down Speed Gaming with stand-ins, which we talked about already. Still, the Venomancer does come out this time around again, and it's a first-pick hero. 420 played in the last game. He did pretty well with his Venom scales, obviously, and his, of course, Poison Nova being very effective. The Plague Wards also being really, really annoying. They first pick Invoker Shadow Demon for Swag and Tiger, and I like that they picked it last game, but not in the first pick regard. I feel like now you can kind of plan your lineup around that, ban out anything else that you think might go well with that, ban out carries. And just all around, make sure that you get everything out that Swag and Tiger might want. So Pretty Boy Swag, they have room to work with here in this draft. They have another pick as well. I think they need a tri lane that is... You saw Swag and Tiger in both games be in an aggressive tri lane. That's what you have to plan for Pretty Boy Swag. So either do an aggressive tri lane of your own or have a decent defensive tri lane where you could win handedly. And it's going to be tough. We'll see what happens as the game moves further.
Well, there's a lot of big picks up. Still left in the pool here for Pretty Boy Swag's second pick. The Timbersaw still available. The Elder Titan, he's fallen off a little as of late. But also, I mean, if they want to do the Pugnut or the Death Prophet route again, it's also the Crystal Maiden. I mean, picking your 2 supports first does, obviously it reveals your 2 supports. You can pretty much figure out how Pretty Boy Swag might want to draft around that. Venomancer Crystal Maiden should roam, pretty effectively. But being able to cast in quite a few heroes can escape out of that Frostbite, so maybe not going to opt for the Crystal Maiden. We will see. I would expect the Timbersaw, to be honest, coming out here.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. And they had this exact same opening if they do pick the Timbersaw in the first game. They go for the Nyx Assassin instead, and I actually prefer this more. I feel like this is a better hero, especially if you're going to get disrupted. You could just actually use Spike Carapace and avoid any sort of Sunstrike damage. And I feel like Nyx Assassin also works for setting up ganks. His Impale is very strong still. I think this is just a better...
If you can hit it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's still not that hard to hit, but it's a hero that I think is a lot more effective and actually had seen a lot of play as of recently. Haven't seen it much here in the Dota 2 Canada Cup, but I like this a lot coming in from Pretty Boy Swag.
Yeah, and you also got to think that Invoker, it's going to do pretty well, likely in the hands of Lelouch v Britannia. And he is a semi-carry intelligence hero, so that mana burn later in the game is going to be doing a lot of damage, similar to how it's a good pickup that Nyx Assassin versus a Pugna or a Death Prophet. 500 damage nuke later on every 4 seconds on a hero that isn't likely to pick up a BKB, at least not first.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this goes. And with 22 seconds left here on the reserve time right now, the ban's coming out. Maybe they ban the Timbersaw themselves because they, I mean, I guess they could pick it up with their next pick. I'm not sure if they will, though. They're going to go ahead and ban it the Clockwork, Storm Spirit, Swagger, and Tiger. And they can pick up a hero here. That Timbersaw is still available, like we talked about. Clockwork gets banned. There's still a couple other off lanes available, but I feel like Timbersaw is the best one here.
Yeah, either that or the Elder Titan, but I mean, people don't really like to pick him up too much anymore. I still think he's good, but maybe they figured out how to really shut him down in the off lane. But he always brings up potential to just win a team fight, even when you're behind. Items don't matter when you've got Elder Titan on your team. And let's not, I mean, Nyx Assassin could be supporting, could be that classic IX Mike and Nyx Assassin off lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's true. Nyx Assassin actually has a lot of potential.
Probably not, but
I mean,
it is NA Dota.
Yeah, it is. It is NA Dota. They can put it in that facet, and that'd be nice because that means that their draft is still relatively unknown at this point. I like drafts that are kind of just, you have a lot of options. So Wind Ranger does come out for Swagger and Tiger. I feel like that's good to set up, you know, if you disrupt somebody, you can set up a Shackle Shot right outside of the disruption. Obviously, Cold Snap helps as well. I think that this is a strong hero. It's probably not their offlaner. It could be their support. It's a pretty aggressive support if they want it to be. I'm not sure. They can lane it in multiple ways and multiple variations, so I think a good all-around hero that you kind of see a lot of from time to time. It's like the everyman's hero. It can do whatever you really need it to do.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I like it. You can also farm it in that aggressive tri-lane if they want to maybe try to go for that and build into a quick phase mechanism or phase into the Force Staff, depending on your team's composition. And Invoker, I mean, even a decent mech wielder, he is going to show up for the fights. He's going to be involved. He's got a large mana pool. I saw recently, I can't remember who it was, but definitely like a tier 1 pro team, the Invoker going for mechanism. It was like phase mech BKB, I think, were his items.
Yeah, and I like that, actually. I like that a lot, to be honest with you. So we'll see if they decide to go down that route. But the Luna's the next pick coming up from Swag and Tiger. And you see the Lifestealer, and I think that's a strong pickup from Pretty Boy Swag. But now Swag and Tiger have a pretty solid lineup of their own. The one thing is this Wind Ranger going to be as effective enough? They go for Enchantress again, and this is the thing. Like, if they're doing aggressive trialing from Swag and Tiger, which we're not sure if they are or not, which it very well could be, that's going to be tough. Then again, you do have a Lifestealer. I guess that makes it a bit more safe, but safer, actually, to use correct English. But, yeah,
10 seconds
at least it's an
remaining.
Enchantress and not a Chen. I prefer the Enchantress overall to the Chen. So, and we talked about it before last time we did the game, is that the Enchantress can sort of transform into that semi-carry. And as the draft continues, I like both lineups equally. I'm just not sure how we're going to see it laned. If it's lane aggressive trialing from Swag and Tiger, maybe Pretty Boy Swag have to be careful, but even with Lifestealer's Rage, they still can go down a couple of times. I'm not sure. What are you thinking about right now?
Team ban.
Well, the chat wants DK. I hear some people, I don't hear them, I'm actually just reading, that they want to see the DK picked up by Pretty Boy Swag, and it looks like they could maybe still work it in if they're going to run that Nyx Assassin in a different fashion. Maybe into the offlane, leave Lifestealer, Venomancer solo safe, and then, you know, Enchantress into the jungle, then you can pick up that mid, but the Timbersaw comes out now, and once again, they pick up that Enchantress, and they're not banking heavily, or as heavily this time, on pushing down anything early, because Enchantress gets into a sort of a carry realm in the late game, unlike that Chen that was really not doing anything last game. So Pretty Boy Swag able to take it late, but we look at this Shadow Demon Lifestealer matchup, and I just think of 6.75 when Lifestealer was the hero to pick. Shadow Demon really stepped up to be the counter because of that Demonic Purge, going through Rage and slowing down melee carries.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key. Can you kite this Lifesteal around? If so, you're going to be having a good time, and they may be able to. So we'll see. There's only 3 seconds left in reserve time for Pretty Boy Swag. You got to pick something. It's going to be the Shadow Fiend. Wow, look at that. MSS going for one of his heroes. Timbersaw, they really went to Value Town, Big Lots, if you will, for the 5th pick, Swag and Tiger Timbersaw, I gotta say. So, a strong pickup for them. Tavo played it so well in the last game. We are going to jump into game number 3. It's all on the line for Pretty Boy Swag right now. They have to win 3 games in a row to take the series. If not, they are done. They got to win this next game first and foremost. Let's see if they can do it. Let's see if they can accomplish it, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure casting for you thus far. Once again, I'm Mott. With me is Helium. We are going to jump into the game right away. It is, of course, game number 3 between Pretty Boy Swag and Swag on Tiger. Thank you so much for joining us here. Let's get into some introductions. On the side of Pretty Boy Swag, we've got Cakes on the Nyx Assassin. Pandago will be on the Venomancer. I'm a Sheep will be on the Enchantress. MSS Mojo Stormstout on the Shadow Fiend. And to round it all out, Ryu Borus will be on the Lifestealer.
MSS taking up the mid lane, it seems, switching it up a little bit there. Over to the Dire, though, the leaders right now, 2-0, looking for the upset, at least in the terms of the Dota 2 Lounge and Join Dota odds. We've got Klotz22, a very capable carry, playing the Luna this time, just drafting up the heroes that PB Swag loses with, and then winning, looking for the three-peat on that. Tava, once again, on the Timbersaw, played that last game very, very well, as we saw. Ned here supporting on the Shadow Demon. No Game of Thrones reference from me. 420 supporting on the Wind Ranger, and then it's going to be Lelouch v Britannia on the Invoker going into the mid lane once more.
Listen, man, anytime you see Ned, you just got to be like, Lord Eddard Stark, yeah, Winterfell. You just got to say Game of Thrones terms and just throw them out and just act like you know what you're talking about. Come on now. It's the best thing to do.
Yeah, I do a lot of acting like I know what I'm talking about.
Well, one more reference wouldn't hurt. I'm just throwing it out. Listen, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. Come on now. All right. Well,
I like these the blocking of the camps here. Both of them are going to be blocked up, trying to shut down that Enchantress early. Because I'm a Sheep sucks. I mean, every time I watch him play that Enchantress, he generally steps up and gets a lot done with early rotations.
Yeah, I like the Sentry Wards there, but he did counter some of those wards last game around, which was Pandago helping out as well. So it looks like he's actually going into the aggressive jungle. He knows that things are warded down there. They're going to send Ryu solo safe for now, and then maybe do something like an aggressive try or pseudo-aggressive try. And this is something you don't see a whole lot of. And it's kind of good. I like the way that they've kind of run their lineup and made things a little more effective. But the thing is, though, they have an aggressive trialing down bottom like we talked about. And Ryu, he has Rage available to him, but is that really going to save his life? And I'm not quite sure. Mid lane early on, you can see Lelouch is maybe taking some harass coming out from the Invoker. We'll see where Pandago goes right now. Oh, God. Ryu got disrupted. He still has Rage. They can't get the kill. And he's just going to try to leech experience. He's not going to be getting last hits, and maybe that's okay. But at the same time, Klotz is going to be getting plenty of farm. And we saw what he can do with farm in an aggressive trial lane, especially on that Gyrocopter last time around. They're looking for a gank maybe on the Lelouch right now. Venomous Gale not available, actually. The right clicks are there, doing a lot of damage. Raze is not there as well. Pandago is just kind of dual laning on this Invoker. They're just trying to harass him out of lane. And I like the fact that they're doing that, but they're not helping out Ryu down bottom. So he does have to be careful.
Yeah, actually down bottom with that gank attempt, the Invis from Shadow Demon, they set up a perfect disruption and they locked Ryu right in the trees with all of his illusions, the Windrunner helping out. And of course they're going to have tangos, but if he didn't have the tangos, he would have went down there because he had to eat this tree that we see that's gone to get out. But all the long-range harass with the Lucent Beams, the power shots, when they do eventually get skilled up, 420, of course, holding that. And then, of course, another range here. But up top, first blood here on the Tavo. It goes. I'm a Sheep sucks.
Yeah,
gonna
good
get it,
start.
and that's that early rotation he is known for.
Yeah, he respawns, TP's right in. They want to try to go again. It looks like Impale is going to hit. Tavo maybe in trouble. Centaur Conqueror has enough mana. A lot of damage, though, being taken by Sheep. Oh, the Enchantress heal, keeping him alive just barely. Tavo getting chased around. Cakes looking for more damage. Stun misses. The creeps are just tanking him up. He's taking a lot of hits. He still has a salve. He's got to be careful. Timber chain away. Salve now. Doesn't use it. In trouble. May fall again and will. Two going the way immediately. They are shutting Tavo down and taking the tower in the process.
Well, not to flame Tavo, because he is a skilled player, but that is not the first time I've seen him give up first blood, TP back in, and then die immediately.
That's surprising then, because that usually doesn't happen. Like, wow.
I cast him on Sunday in the Sunday Evening Cup Series Finals versus sort of that Team Unnerve plus IX Mike stack. He did that on offlane Nature's Prophet, gave up the first blood, TP'd right back down, and then died literally immediately.
Not quite,
one, he was Timbersaw, so he got to run around a little bit longer, but...
It's not the dieback that you're used to seeing where you buy back and just die immediately, but it's close to it, obviously. At least you're not spending money to die again, so there's that. Though MSS is doing okay in the mid lane right now, but the real story is this Luna, and Klotz22 has played a phenomenal series so far. Can he keep it up? He is going for a Midas, it looks like, early on again, and with 18 last hits, it's been kind of annoying already. Pandago is down here. It's dual lanes for pretty much everybody. Cakes Spike Carapace, nice play there, just to make sure he doesn't get ganked once again, and And actually, I feel like it's a lot more stable than the last game. The problem is obviously the Luna, can they shut down the farm? And they're starting to actually get some help from Pandago down here as well.
Yeah, well, Luna's going to be squishy for a long time to come, and then they do as well have the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend and Shadow Demon are in the same game. That'll be fun later. But the Necro Mastery combined with Presence of the Dark Lord, even if the BKB comes up, Luna still doesn't have that much effective HP. High armor, but you know, it's being reduced. MSS will be able to right-click her down is what I'm getting at. And then it'll just be whether or not MSS wants to get a BKB of his own, because with the Luna, the Eclipse, and the Timber Saw, there's a lot of burst, and in the mid lane, we've got MSS in a bit of trouble here. This could be the first kill for Swag Ein Tiger. Even the Ice Wall being invoked up early. And there it is, Ned on the Shadow Demon picking up the first one.
Yeah, and that was close. Had he just been a little bit back, MSS would have survived that. A nice gank coming through. Ned with the Smoke of Deceit helping out there. The Cold Snap, no Sunstrike there involved. They wanted to use that Ice Wall like you talked about instead. So big pick up there to slow down the farm of MSS. Obviously get his stacks a little bit lower again. He's at to 8 right now, and he'll have to make his way back up there. So already the ganks coming through. They've got to be a little bit more careful there with MSS. There's double damage rune top, and if either of them get that rune, this could change kind of the complexion of the lane so far. So looking at it though, Ryu is getting last hits, even though it is through the jungle. He's starting to get up there again. Luna though, sitting at 28 last hits, and this is a problem, is they know Klotz is free farming. You cannot just let this hero farm, let this player farm, because he will punish you later on because of it. And especially with that gank onto MSS, who is at least stacking right now, which is at least something to start with. So, and as we can continue further here, Tapo is starting to get more room. He did have those 2 ganks early on, and Cakes can't get super close. He is at level 6 though. He's got a 2-level advantage here, which is huge. And Enchantress does pick up the DD, now looking for a kill on Tapo as well. It's well and good that you're taking down this Timber Saw, but I feel like your focus needs to be elsewhere.
I mean, it's not a bad idea to get a decent level 6 and some good items to tank up the Enchantress early. She is a snowball hero, I would say. And it can definitely get it done. And then the hero we can talk about as well, the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. He does get ganked up. I mean, we saw that. We didn't miss it, which was nice. And the initiation up top actually not going to go through. But Shadow Fiend, one of the fastest flash farming heroes in the game. He can definitely just catch back up when we see him already taking out the jungle stacks.
This fortification was really unnecessary. They're not TPing in. I don't think they're going to be able to fight this. It's just going to be a free tower and a free fortification use. So, bit of a misplay coming out from Swag Ein Tiger. The aggressive play coming out from Pretty Boy Swag has been paying off. The problem is and I keep going back to it, is Klotz 22 is still farming away, and they need some way to stop him, and they actually have 3 heroes down right now. Cakes, Vendetta up. They got to know something's coming right now. They know that he's not top. Klotz, you're in trouble, my friend. There's the open wounds. Now, Shackle Shot goes. There's the Impale. This is a big pickup for them. They really needed it. Cakes grabs the kill. Klotz goes down.
Mid lane.
Yeah, mid lane. MSS maybe in trouble. Cold Snap goes through. He is going to fall here, it looks like. And, well, the damage too much. And again,
Soul Catcher.
Yeah.
What a spell.
It's just so good. And MSS is just not getting the help he needs. He's not getting the wards he needs. He's not getting the vision of Ned roaming through and looking for these ganks. So MSS is a little bit frustrated, I imagine. At least Cakes gets that kill down bottom, or at least helps get the kill. Ryu now has his phase boots, and Ryu has actually been getting experience solo here for a while, so at least he's getting that as well. You look at the Luna, I'm not sure what she was building towards. It was a Midas, and it's actually slower now because of that depth. So the bleeding has stopped a little bit, but it's still getting kind of, I think, I don't know, it can go either way right now, man. I'm just like, it's a good game so far. I can't.
Well, it was a really good point you made, delaying that Midas. Good time to kill the Luna, and they capitalized on that. But we've got not Pandago. This time I'm a Sheep sucks, looking to roam around, maybe gank up the mid lane, and Cakes, which was sort of in that off lane, duo lane there. Level 7, so yes, Luna can farm up, but if she keeps getting ganked up by Cakes with Vendetta and maybe with I'm a Sheep rotating, she's not going to be able to bring a lot to the table, even with that free farm, if she just starts dying.
Yeah, and Tavo actually going to get caught out of position. Impale getting juked, doesn't matter. There's the damage. Is it enough to take the kill? Mana burn. There's going to be, of course, the ensnare. They take the right click for I'm a Sheep to get the last hit. He goes down. That's Tavo dead. And another death to his name right now. He's got 3 going to him. The Midas is done, though, at 7:30 for Klotz. Mid lane, MSS and Pandago are here, but nice gank top.
Yeah, and let's actually see how Shadow Fiend has been ganked twice. He's 0-2 right now, MSS with 30 CS. We check out the net worth, even though it's early, just to see the difference in the lane. We've got Lelouch at 3,300, and 1,000 behind that at about 2,300. We find the Shadow Fiend, and looking for some stacks here. Pandago stacking up that medium camp, and then the bottom one is going to be stacked up too. But top Cakes in trouble. Goes down.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage before he died. He actually had an Impale. Klotz gets low. Ned gets low as well, so he does go down. He does do some damage, but obviously like to have him actually live. But treads are at least done now for the Shadow Fiend, and that is something he's just trying to get some more Necromastery stacks. And if he can get to 36, and if he can get some sort of survivability item like a Blink BKB or obviously a Shadow Blade, I think that MSS is in a good position. But Shadow Fiend's a hero that you like to have farm and not get ganked, obviously, and dying early on is actually a big hindrance into what he can accomplish early on in the game, because he can snowball pretty effectively. So for now, though, the Luna rotating top gives her potential room to farm even more, but that gives Ryu also room to farm, and he could just snowball just as well as anyone else can. So game is still very much, in the process of being won and lost, with 2,000 gold lead going the way of Pretty Boy Swag and 1,500 experience lead. Not the biggest lead in the world, but so far, a good game.
Yeah, definitely. And Pretty Boy Swag feeling a lot more confident here. At least I'm feeling more confident for them. I mean, they're leading right now, which is nice. Cakes here, though. He's going to need to dictate the game coming into the mid lane. Does get the stun off. The mana burn as well, going to fall up 175 damage, and that's a rank 1 mana burn. Can they get the kill? No, they're going to have to back up now here. Shadow Demon, Demonic Purge onto MSS, but the impetus from Sheep, the TP out from the Shadow Fiend, and he's going to be okay. Tavo takes an Impale to the face and an Impetus as well, and they're going to back off the Invoker and the Timbersaw, about on half HP. And the Shadow Demon was there too, running back to base, no health, no mana.
Yeah, so a bit of time wasted for both teams, and they didn't kill the Invoker. He did pick up his Hand of Midas recipe. Had he died, he might not have gotten that. I think he had already bought, though, by the time he was getting ganked. So his Hand of Midas is now done. And so Midases again are going to be going for Swag and Tiger, and they seem to like to pin their backs onto that because it gives them that farm, it gives them that experience, and especially for the Invoker, that's a big deal. The Luna sitting on the Midas, but not much else other than that. So if they can, they've got to be aggressive when these Midases are starting to become, the first couple of minutes when Midases are starting to be used, because you have that period of time before it really gets you the items and the experience and the gold that you want. So they have a period of time to be aggressive here, and especially with Ryu, who has phase, he's got more Venom and maybe another item here in just a moment. This is maybe their time to really start being aggressive here. I'm not sure, though.
Oh, Ryu's going to go straight for the armlet. I was maybe expecting a drums pickup from him because Enchantress, I'm a Sheep Sucks, did just get the mechanism, and that is sort of could sound the battle cry to start being aggressive and pushing down as 5, or at least 4. I don't know. It's a tall order fighting into the Luna and the Timbersaw. They're both pretty squishy right now, only 700, 800. And then here we go. Ryu Boar's in the bottom lane, gonna nicely time that rage to dodge the shackle. No disruption either. If he didn't do that, that was gonna be for sure kill for Swag on Tiger.
Yeah, and they rotate 3 heroes down just to try to get the kill on Ryu, knowing that he's farming and want to stop him and shut him down. So that gives more room for, obviously, Pretty Boy Swag just to farm their jungle, get up items that they need to get up. Obviously, there's a lot of farm going the way of MSS with 36 stacks now. He's got his races going as well. He's got an Ogre Club. He is going to be going for that BKB, and once he gets it, he's going to be kind of tough to deal with. And now on the backside, Sheep is coming through. He has Ensnare, might use it on 420. Shackle Shot. Oh, latches that poor Saw to the tree. Now Impaled Tavo gets blown up. Not sure why he was there for, but a little bit of a misplay.
Yeah, the tree's already cut down on the backside of the side shop. He could have maybe just ran out, but possibly hesitant because of the Troll Warlord there with the net. Able to cancel that Timber Chain mid-animation.
Yeah, so right now there's 3 heroes down bottom for the side of Swag and Tiger. They rotated the Luna down there, who stopped farming because of it. And that means that, well, at least the Louch is maybe getting a kill on Pandago, doing a lot of damage with that Cold Snap. However, that's on cooldown for now. MS is going to push this wave out, as you can see on the backside. The Shadow Demon Net is here, looking for potential pickoff, and here comes Klotz. He's got the Eclipse. They want to run at this. MSS, they have vision. They saw them coming through, and MSS needs to be careful. He does have that double damage, but he's only got himself there. No backup coming through, as they're all down bottom, thinking about pushing in. You can see 420 is here right now, and of course another hero is rotating over. That's Ned. Invoker continues to farm mid, level 10, getting a lot of levels right now. He's actually the highest level in the game, as you can clearly see. So once again, Louch on that Invoker playing solid Dota. So we'll continue on here at 12 minutes in. 5-3 is the score. The gold graph leads 2,000 for Pretty Boy Swag and 2,000 experience going their way as well. But still, the game is up in the air.
And Lelouch picking up the Staff of Wizardry, likely going into the 4-staff after his Midas. He's at 5.5k, 5.6 now, so definitely doing quite well as he leads the net worth. Tavo up top, getting pretty low.
He missed 2 Timber Chains to get away from Ryu, and Ryu almost killed him. If he had Infest, he would have killed him.
That awkwardness. But I think Swag and Tiger, I mean, they're behind 2 kills, and they're losing a little bit, just the 2,000 golden XP, but it's not growing all that quickly. And there's 2 Midas right now on Swag on Tiger. So if they sit back, farm, I don't think they really need to be the aggressors here. They just do need to defend their tier 2 tower top and, of course, their mid towers.
Cakes wants this kills on Klotz right now. The TP coming through. Cakes, get that hit. Impale, no. Cakes, no. Man, you had it. You had it.
Just throws it now.
Oh, that's embarrassing, Cakes, buddy. But nice play from Klotz to have that juke behind the tree line just to make sure he gets out and stays alive. So, well, that's not a big deal. Not a big deal, I suppose.
Looks like the auto pathing maybe got a little wonky there for Cakes. It just like ran around the tree twice. Well, happens as Lelouch trying to solo up this Roshan right now.
Dire's bottom tower.
I'd be very impressed.
It'll be a while, but he should be able to do it.
Yeah, if he can do this, that's very impressive. He does have the Ring of Basilius, meaning that his Forge Spirits have a bit more armor. They can survive.
Pandago shuts it down, though. I mean, Invoker's been missing from the mid lane that he's been farming for 13 minutes straight. You know something's up.
Yeah. The question is, you can see everybody's running around here from Swag and Tiger. They want to try to fight this, but Pandago's here. You've got oh, MSS has a double damage rune. They need to maybe get out here, because that is some damage to deal with. If they can get it. Pandago just runs in, though. He might die. He does get his Poison Nova off before he lives. Shadow Fiend ultimate, only hitting out a couple and at the very end there. So Ned does go get the kill on Pandago, but MSS clearing this all up. Armlet's now done, and Pale misses. TP coming out. Ned is still ticking down right now on the backside. Here comes Ryu. They want to try to fight on the other side of things. Meatball's going to go. There's the Chakram. There's the mech. Can they take this? Roshan, MSS wants it. He's about to get it. Aegis goes his way. Impale now on the Lelouch. He's in trouble. Right click should be there. He'll fall. Sheep grabs the kill with his impetus damage. A nice little turnaround coming from Pretty Boy Swag. That's exactly what they needed.
That was just awkward. I feel like that's more of a mistake from Swag on Tiger. They see the movement. I mean, do they see the movement? Maybe not, but the people disappear from the lanes, and Invoker's going to get the Roshan that low. And as soon as they see that, they can scout it out with Power Shot or the Plague Wards, and they did both. They see that it's low, and suddenly it becomes something you have to contest, even if you don't want to. And Pretty Boy Swag does to capitalize on maybe a bit of a mistake and get that Aegis up on MSS, maybe even going to take out the mid tier 1 tower as well.
Yeah, and they're trying to push this in. You're right. They are trying to at least get something done here, but I'm not sure if they can. Power Shot's coming through. They've got damage. They're TPing in everybody. The Invoker's here right now. Pushing up top is going to be the Luna and just try to take that tower down, but that's not going to happen, and by the time this tower is dead. So, nice Impale, but the Deny does come out from the Shadow Demon, but a lot of damage going through from that Impale. The Raise hit as well. Shackle shot onto 2. The Deafening Blast as well as the Meatball hitting Power Shot. Chakram, MSS low. He has the Aegis. Tabo trying to fight. Sheep's low. He's got his Nature's Attendants up. Pandago taking damage. Impetus damage is there. It's quite a bit of damage as well, but here comes MSS. Back up. 36 souls in his bank. 3 down now on Swag on Tiger. They chased everybody down. They took the kills. I missed the 2 support kills on the backside. And in the end, a 1-for-3 trade plus the Aegis. Pretty Boy Swag real happy about that.
Yeah, there was a really nice 2-man Impale by Cakes to start it off there on the Shadow Demon and the Windrunner. And then another, I think there was a 1-2 raise punch there from MSS, and that didn't quite finish off the supports, and I'm a Sheep just ran him down with the impetus. And when your Enchantress, who is a snowbally hero, has a point booster sitting on another 1,000 gold, 5-0 and 2, picking up all these kills, she's going to basically be a third core here pretty soon, which is why Enchantress is a lot more scary than that Chen pickup.
Absolutely. Oh, man. And I just, yeah, Chen I just feel like is just, oh, hand of God, alright, heal, make sure everyone's alive. But the Enchantress, like, nuke, 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 nuke.
Die!
Yeah, pretty much. And with the Aghanim Scepter, it's even worse. So, Enchantress Sheep has done very well here, and he'll continue
It's also pure damage, so it's really good versus that Timbersaw, who's just going to Timber Chain away, not disjoint the impetus, and then take like 800 damage, maybe not that much, but like 400 damage, which right now is about half of his total health pool. He's only at level 8, just gonna hit 9 soon, and there's a lot of level 11s on the map right now.
There are, and we'll check that out after we check out these items real quick. Blink Dagger done for Cakes now at 17 minutes in, not bad for an offlane Nyx Assassin. Ryu sitting on that armlet, like we talked about. Phase Boots is his next item, not quite sure yet. And BKB for MSS, everything else. The Midases are still helping out, I feel like, but Swag and Tiger are starting to get behind here a little bit. They do have the Midases to help them get back into it, especially with this Luna, who's trying to farm towards BKB next, probably, but we'll see. He's got that Helm of the Dominator right now. Venomous Gale, Ned, Blink, Impale. Shackle Shot latches to Cake somehow. The Eclipse hitting up. Cake's in trouble. Now right click is there. Big Requiem coming through. There's 2 down though on the side of Pretty Boy Swag. They need to leave potentially. No, MSS fighting through Ryu, trying to fight as well. TP coming through the Louch. That's not going to work. Ray's miss is completely coming out from MSS. We'll just chalk that up to a little bit of a misplay there.
Getting pinged up by Cakes too.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what that was, MSS, but let's try.
I mean, you got a double damage right now. You're probably hitting for more than that raise is actually going to do anyways.
Like, that raise was questionable. Not to question MSS. Like, I like the guy's good friend, but like...
Oh, he's lucky it's not going to matter. They win that team fight that looked like it was going to go south for Pretty Boy Swag right off the bat. That Eclipse came out, did a lot of damage, but once they took out the Timber Saw, there wasn't that much more to worry about, and they were able to clean up the Invoker, push the Tier 1 down, and now they're working on the Tier 2. The Fortification was used in the mid lane on the Tier 1 about 3 minutes ago, so this Tier 2 in some real danger.
Yeah, they will actually have to back off for the time being, and they have heroes to defend. That's Tavo, 420, and Ned. The thing I wanted to talk about was that we talked about timings and Midas, and MSS has right now a Helm, a BKB, and Treads, whereas the Luna has a Midas, a Helm, and an Ogre Club. So you're foregoing your big, team fight items like your BKB, meaning that Pretty Boy Swag gets more items for them to farm with and to get kills with. And so, okay, so I know you want that kill, but it's just not going to happen, buddy. So, like I was talking about, Midas's may be good, but you're foregoing a lot of the early game aggression, which is what 6.79C is all about. So, I think
for a while, it was all Midas.
Oh, I know, but 6.79C is the huge change. Shackle Shot, Pandago get out. This is not the best engagement for them. Spike Carapace, Lucent Beam as well. Can he get out? Blink Dagger on cooldown for about 1 second. He should live just fine, actually, and he'll blink away smartly. So he blinks out of trouble. They lose 1 hero and a bit of a misplay, all while Ryu and Sheep are farming. But Klotz, don't count him out either. I mean, he's getting a lot of farm. He's got his Midas close to his BKB. The recipe is... No recipe there. He actually still needs to farm the recipe right now for Klotz, and that's actually troublesome, because if they fight another time and they lose that fight and he dies, then that BKB is going to be even more delayed.
Yeah, and I know I touched on that a little bit earlier, but with the armor reduction, the BKB's going to help, of course. I mean, there is some magical burst there from the Impetus, which is pure, but you can't actually focus the target when they do have the BKB up. Not going to be stunned, of course, by Cakes or mana burned, which is going to be nice, but still lots of physical damage. The Vendetta will go through it, the armor reduction, and of course Ryu Boru's. What did he buy up, actually? It's coming out on the courier now. It's the Skull Basher, yep. So the BKB now is kind of... It's nullified a little bit. Yeah,
Basher's going to be a big pickup, and if he can get to an Abyssal Blade, it's even better. And he might do that. He might go for an SNY or something a little bit later. It might be a little too late for that, but that still is an option for him.
Yeah, I'd rather have the SNY first. Just it's a stronger early game item for sure than later.
Cakes is going to Vendetta up right now with the next Assassin. He's got a Lifestealer in him. They're going to run into 3 though, but Ned is actually a little bit alone here, and he is in fact very dead. That is a dead Shadow
Demon. He is quite dead.
Yeah. So Pretty Boy Swag, they needed to be aggressive here. The game's not done yet, but it's looking good for him in Game 3 to turn this and get it to a 2-1 lead for Swag and Tiger. We'll see what Ryu can do in the next couple of minutes, lead his team to victory, or if they can turn it around from Swag and Tiger somehow. They have that Midas like we keep talking about. They're getting a BKB very soon for the Lina, but they're going to lose a Tier 2 tower in the process.
Yeah, well, Pretty Boy Swag dictating this game, and it's the first game they've been ahead. They're already down 2 right now. I don't think they're going to let this slip out. They're going to push the pedal to the metal, but, hopefully still be careful. Taking a bit of a dive here. Cake's going to get shackled up, but it's not going to matter. The Impetus coming out. Sheep, though, almost out of mana now. Ryu in a bit of trouble. Already used the Infest. Sheep will go down to the Eclipse from Klotz. Let's see if they can land another Shackle to Sunstrike. Pandago going to take it for the team. And Elgato flying in, delivering that Basher finally.
Oh, MSS getting ganked now. He's getting ganked on. He decides to say, I'm going to back away. I know that you're all over there. So they lose Sheep. He was a little too aggressive there. He actually had one more right click to get the tower, didn't get it there, and then the Catapult finished the job luckily. So no deny coming down on that Tier 2 tower. They take it. They get the full money's worth there. BKB now done for Klotz, as you can clearly see, and that's a strong pickup. That BKB with 10-second charge. It's going to be good, but your right click damage is nowhere near effective enough, especially against MSS, who gets naturally a lot of right click from his stacks. He's Requiem as well. Now, the Louch in trouble. Mana burn. The right click isn't enough. Oh, 4-step away just in time. Shackle Shot on the backside, lashing Ryu up. He's maybe in trouble. He has that armlet. He can get back into it. Timber Chain. Cake's going to try to TP out and will make it with that deep penetration diving mission in there. And
whoa.
Yep, that's right.
Just throwing out that word. That was a weird Timber Chain by Tavo. He went to try to go outside of the base, but then he hit the tree in the base still because it kind of goes strange when it passes the train uphill, downhill. But yeah, nice try to be picking off people being very, very aggressive there. Actually, I hear an open wounds. That's got to be in the middle lane. Onto Tavo. Can you get that bash? Where is it?
There it is. There it is. Ryu grabbing the kill with it. And that bash, you're already paying off. It's already starting to do some work there. And just like that, a kill going their way. The tier 2 tower mid may be the next focus, and I don't blame them. Like you talked about, they want to keep the pedal on the metal here, and they want to try to take as many towers and fights as possible. With the mech, with the amount of damage they have, with the items they have that advantage. It's almost at 7,500 right now. It's been a toughly fought game, but still not done yet. Now, Rage, open wounds, Ned, 4-staff back. Case, looking for an impale. Mana burn first, spike carapace, nice. Can he stun up Ned next? He will. Ned, though, maybe he's going to disrupt himself. Impetus damage came through. While that's happening, they push him back, and that means that a tier 2 tower falls. TP's coming in. They want to try to chase down Klotz. He has that BKB. Open wounds up and ready to go. Ryu. TP. Bash. No, Ryu can't get it this time around. No RNG for him.
He's got to go sacrifice I'm a Sheep to the RNG gods, and then maybe next time. Well, actually, Sheep went down in that tier 2 bottom engagement, but as soon as he respawned, he had enough to finish up his Aghanim Scepter, so that's online here for the Enchantress, so that's definitely something scary and something to keep in mind. We can still expect the Nakes bombs with the Nyx Nakes bombs. Very confusing.
Yeah.
That we don't see a lot of anymore just because Lifestealer's fallen off the map a bit, but of course those Nakes bombs still very, very strong.
Oh yeah, Lifestealer is still a very good hero, and it's being shown right now. Not that Ryu has done as much for his team as, say, someone like maybe the Enchantress has done, or even MSS to a certain extent. Ryu's starting to come on here, though, and of course the 24-minute stage of this game. Mid lane, Tavo's trying to push this out. Bottom lane, they're trying to get a tier 1 tower here, but in the end, they're taking damage to their tier 2 tower top, and actually Pandago's going to TP mid, and maybe they're going to try to find a kill here on Tavo with the help, of course, of Cakes. Not going to push into that tier 3 tower just yet, but that is the last outer tower on the map going for Swag and Steiger, and it's done there. So, all right, now it's going to be the hard part. Can Pretty Boy Swag get up to the high ground is the question. Can Klotz get enough items to turn this around? He's got his Yasha now. His BKB is done. He hasn't really fought just yet, and I don't blame Swag and Tiger. They don't really want to fight right now because they have that deficit. And they haven't been like smoke caking as much as they did in the first 2 games, which is really, really potent. And not so much now. It seems to be that they really haven't done enough in terms of smoking, in terms of fighting, in terms of getting what they wanted. And it really all comes down to that Roche fight that they had earlier on. So, but they are going to maybe find Ryu.
Yeah, it was pretty awkward play from them a little bit earlier.
Oh, Demonic Purge. Ryu in trouble. He's got Infest. He's got to use it. He will. He'll get inside MSS right now. Requiem of Souls. MSS hoping to carry him literally to victory. Look at the damage coming out. Blink forward. Cakes cannot get Klotz. He's too speedy. So just like that, the aggression turns up against them. Cakes, no, he doesn't see that TP coming through, and he'll get out of there just in time. Nice TP from Klotz. I got to say, Klotz has been really impressive this series.
Yeah, he's impressed me in every game I've cast him so far in the Canada Cup and also in the Sunday Evening Cup series, except for that one time when he was playing Slardar, and even if they won the game, it didn't matter, but blinking into the Clockwork Cogs was one of the more awkward things I've seen happen in Dota 2.
Yeah, that was... We'll forgive him for that. Oh!
Sunstrike.
Oh, yeah, he's okay. He's just like...
I don't know. Forged Spirits are pretty OP, but I think the trees and the vision there are gonna save Pandago. He's got a Blink Dagger as well.
He's fine.
Why the hell not? It's a pretty good item there on the Venomancer. More so when Poison Nova is rank 2 at least. But blink in, get your ultimate off. It's about all you have mana for anyways, and then just die. Should be good enough.
That's like the story of the Venomancer.
I hate playing that hero. I'm a support by nature. People draft Venomancer. I'm like, no.
You're just like, I don't want to die, thanks, though.
I just pick the carry. I auto-lock the carry at that point.
Yep. I understand. Trust me, I do. Ryu is...
Bottom lane. Bot's in a bit of trouble again. At this time, Cake's just dealing with him. Ned gonna show up and help out. There's a Vendetta Strike. Cake's giving it his all. The Eclipse gonna be popped off even. They're desperate when you're throwing an Eclipse to take out an off-laning sort of 3-roll. Maybe even 4-roll in this case, because Enchantress is huge.
Yeah, that's just a smart play, I think, though, because he already used the Spike Carapace. You might as well if you're going to try to get the kill. They wanted to secure. They didn't need to, though. Poison Nova, blink in from Pandago, Shackle Shot on him, Soul Catcher. They want to try to stay and fight, and this is maybe a problem because here comes MSS. Requiem of Souls is going to go damage. Look at Ned, about to die, and does. Nice disruption, but only for a moment. Tavo trying to get out. BKB's going. The right click, double kill for MSS. He's on the warpath. Lelouch getting chased down. There's going to be the enchant. The impetus damage. Long-range bombs coming in. Boom. Boom. 4-step forward. Ryu trying to get into open wounds territory. He can't quite get there, though, and he cannot secure another kill. However, they do the damage there, and MSS with a double kill. He is extraordinarily farmed with that Daedalus.
I would like if Pretty Boy Swag would run into the Roche pit. They were, just clearing out the wave, and that's exactly what they're going to do. No, that's actually a friendly Forged Spirit, being dominated over by the Enchantress, who of course can turn those Forged Spirits and even the Necronomicon units, which are oh so annoying in 6.79, against the team that decides to pick them up. And Roshan is gone. It didn't last very long.
Yeah, it did not. That means that MSS has an Aegis to the Immortal. It's 28 minutes in. That's when, of course, the Roche timer was thereabouts, 28:10, 28:09, or something along those lines. So now it's just you have to play solid Dota and try to break high ground. For Klotz and for the rest of Swag and Tiger, they have to try to get farm on this Luna, and she does have a Manta style now, so the damage is there. She's level 18. Klotz has farmed up significantly, and maybe is enough to get this game going their way.
He's actually leading the net worth now at 15.7k compared to MSS on the Shadow Fiend at 14.9.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, and that's actually MSS isn't that far behind, obviously, but still, Klotz is in a position where you've got to be careful. Then again, Pretty Boy Swag, they have tanky heroes. I mean, obviously, Cakes isn't the tankiest, but he has a Necrobook now. He's got Blink, he's got Spike Carapace to deal with it. Pandago is going to be the one hero that'll die very quickly, with maybe even Sheep as well, even though he does have that Aghanims and Mech. And MSS is going to be troublesome as well. I mean, he has the Aegis, he's got a BKB, but he could get chewed through pretty quickly from that Luna if he gets caught out of position. Ryu is going to be the key. He actually has an Assault Cuirass, so...
Yeah, I was going to say, it's almost finished. And then with that and the presence of the Dark Lord, there goes that agility carry Luna's armor.
Exactly. So Assault Cuirass is going to be really huge, I think, for Pretty Boy Swag. And it's not there just yet, and they're actually trying to push without it, which is maybe very interesting. Open Wound's going. Ned, maybe going to get dope here. Blink, Poison Nova behind everybody. Double Impale, 420. Oh, the Requiem combining up so much damage. MSS blowing everybody up again with a double kill. Klotz, he's in the fight a little too late. There is a fortification. Chakram's actually doing some damage, pushing them back for the time being. But it looks like this might be a tier 3 and almost maybe a set of racks here. Tavo and Lelouch, they aren't going in just yet. There's going to be the Meatball. Definitely blast some damage there. Not quite as much, though. And Pale up. Klotz in trouble. He can't afford to go down. Does he have buyback? No. That is a huge pickup. He get caught way out of position. Now Infest out. Assault Cuirass is now on Ryu. Tavo maybe in trouble. And Pale misses. But look at the damage. He'll try to get out. The TP going through from Lelouch. He's the only one to make it out of this bloodbath. And Pretty Boy Swag have turned it around. They've taken one set of racks in there right on the doorstep. Can I all chat?
Can we pause? You can't all chat. I feel like you know them well enough to get away with it in a serious tournament. But the fight continues. Tavo going down. That Mana Burn also pretty good against the Timbersaw, but a really good Deafening Blast. Going to take out the Nyx Assassin and the Venom. Sheep just going to TP. No, he doesn't quite make it. And now an Ice Wall here. MSS going to BKB TP out. And the right clicks just aren't quite enough. I think the admin's mad at you.
I hope not. Sorry, guys.
Get out of here.
He says, "Ha, I'm good. I'm good to go, boys.
Good.
I'm good to go."
The armlet toggle. Sometimes, you mess up. It's okay. Oh, they did lose 4 there, but I mean, the Roche, that objective, it's off the map. They already took it, and they still have the Aegis on MSS, actually, so they've got another 3 minutes to utilize that. They took the top Rex out completely, and, tier 4s even? No. They started getting a little dive happy around the tier 4s when that AC got delivered.
Yeah, they did. And they still have this game in hand, but that's something you can't afford to do because we've seen Klotz carry. I keep going back to this guy for good reason. He's a pretty strong carry. He's a good carry player, but you can get back into this still. I mean, all you need is, like you see, a Butterfly going your way, and all of a sudden,
gonna help a lot.
Yeah, all of a sudden, this game starts getting a little bit more difficult. I all chatted, and for a second I thought we were doing the NEL, but then it came back to me. Oh wait, this isn't the NEL. I can't get away with that kind of thing.
I'm the flame, people.
My apologies to all of you people who really like Man or Dota, but Ryu's a friend of mine, so he's all right with it.
Time to move out of North America if you like the Man or Dota.
Blink and Pale, and then maybe in some trouble right now, taking a lot of damage. Poison Nova going as well, already clicking on 420. Tavo's just trying to back off. He's like, please no more. TP coming in now from Luna. This could be the big turnaround. Requiem already used. MSS sheeped up, but he has his Aegis. Eclipse is going. MSS is going to fall, but he's back up in just a second. Klotz is doing work. Look at Klotz. He's going to town. Ryu in trouble. Infest out just in time. He does damage. Klotz about to fall. Ryu with the smart play at the last second to survive and say, no, I won't go down. I'm taking you down with me. Buyback coming through from the Luna. And now Rax is exposed once more. Klotz, no Eclipse this time around, but Glaives still do work. No Manta Style, however. Ryu, open wound on Klotz. BKB, not available, already used. Ryu, bashing up Klotz. There's the GG call. MSS is godlike. The impetus damage is there. 420 trying to run away. And should make it out in time, it looks like. Game 3 going the way of Pretty Boy Swag. We're going to head to Game 4, ladies and gentlemen. Whew, what a game, Helium.
Yeah, good game, dominant performance for most of the game. MSS only took 2 deaths, and those were from early rotations. After that, caught back up nicely. His Requiem of Souls weren't getting a whole lot done, but it didn't really matter. The right click was there. It was enough to take down the Luna, who went for a minus, then started getting ganked up, fell behind, and no one else could really capitalize on anything after that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll see if maybe they could turn it around in this next game, or if this is the start of the comeback coming out from Pretty Boy Swag. MSS leading them to victory with their drafts and their Shadow Fiend play. So we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. It's game number 3, going to game number 4 here in just a moment. Once again, my name is Mont. With me tonight is Helium. Helium, any sort of plugs, shout-outs before we get out of here?
If Pretty Boy Swag wins the next game, we're going to take a 3-hour lunch, and then we'll be back for game 5.
But wait, this is not a best of 7, though.
Okay, then an hour and a half lunch.
All right. So we are going to take a quick break. I want to remind everybody that this is the Dota 2 Canada Cup. My name is Malt. With me is Helium. Follow me at twitter.com/MaltDota2. Our stats man should be one Charlie Monolith Yang, of course, the hero of MLG. He should be in just a couple of moments. Hopefully,
I met him.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Assuming he doesn't.